Great video. There's so many complexities, but this story makes it all seem so simple. How about if we ask one of our consulting partners? In fact, today's global virtual program is made possible with the support of our sponsor, Deloitte. Thank you, Deloitte, for being such a great partner with Oracle. In fact, we share many customers, and our collaboration is a true statement to collaboration. One of the themes for today's topic. Our first speaker is Jeff Croxon, principal at Deloitte. Jeff leads the Oracle supply chain and manufacturing cloud practice for Deloitte US. He works at the intersection of data, information, and the physical production and distribution of manufactured goods. In this role, Jeff works with clients to unlock the transformative benefits of a digital supply chain and is helping to shape the next generation of Oracle supply chain and manufacturing cloud solutions. I can't think of a better way to kick off this program than by talking about whether your supply chain is an always on strategic differentiator.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jeff Croxon. I'm a partner at Deloitte, and I lead our Oracle Supply Chain Cloud practice. Happy to be here today chatting with you all at this virtual summit. What we're going to cover today is what we're seeing in the marketplace around resilient supply chains. And then we're also going to spend some time talking about several case studies where we can talk about how a lot of our current clients are improving their supply chain collaboration, insights, and visibility. So the first topic that I'd like to cover is 5 major characteristics of resilient supply chains. We see the whole multi-sourcing aspect where you've got supply chains that have backup suppliers, risk mitigation approaches, so that if there is disruption in your supply chain, you have alternate sourcing methods to source raw materials and components and products from. The second aspect was all around supply chain planning. And how can you really digitize that whole aspect? The third item is really all about network diversification. And this is not just diversifying the supplier base, but really diversifying the supplier base and looking at it from a lens of geography, region. The other aspect here is really around ecosystem partnerships. So a lot of the resilient supply chains and what we call leading practice organizations building stronger partnerships with not just their supplier base, but also their network of freight carriers, 3PLs, subcontract or contract manufacturers, really strengthening those relationships and building, a strong ecosystem so that organizations can really weather any kind of storms that may come up or any disruptions to their global supply chain base. And last but not least is all about building inventory and capacity buffers. I'd like to go ahead and pivot and talk about a few different case studies around organizations and how they've improved their supply chain visibility, insight, and ability to make more well-informed decisions in terms of their supply and demand planning. So the first client that I'd like to talk about is a company called Titan International. Titan International is a multi-billion-dollar global organization that manufactures tires and wheels and undercarriages for the off-highway automotive market. What Titan was looking to do was consolidate the systems, develop a common set of processes, and really lay a foundation for future growth. What this solution did was enable Titan to have much better visibility into their production line. Whereas before Oracle, they had to rely on data that was 24 to 48 hours old. Titan is now able to record production real time with photo enabled sensors. And this allows the shipping department to have immediate visibility into finished products so that they can make more well informed decisions about what product to put on the truck and when, and exactly when that product's going to be ready to go out the door or onto a trailer. And that is really crucial for a business like Titan when you're supporting, a very large OEM automotive customer that has a very automated assembly line. So it's critical to have that real-time visibility and integration between supply chain as well as manufacturing, operations, shop floor, and the shipping department. Real-time data allows for real-time reporting and information so that they can react to supply chain changes much faster. And really what this is going to do is give them a global set of processes and solutions that they can deploy, throughout the rest of their operations throughout the world. I'd like to go ahead and pivot to another case study. Again, this is all about supply chain visibility. And this particular case study is actually about a leading fast casual food chain. So this is an organization that has about 2,600 stores throughout the U.S. and Canada, and then about 20 distribution centers that support these retail operations. And so, really, what this company was looking to do is improve their supply and demand planning capabilities, as well as their S&OP operations, and really create an integrated business plan. They implemented Oracle Supply Chain Cloud solutions, and this has enabled them to produce a much better forecast, have a lot more visibility, and this has also allowed them to institute a whole suite of analytics so that they can measure the accuracy of the forecast, make better, well-informed decisions. And then another aspect of the impact here is really around supply chain collaboration. So this solution has also enabled this particular client to work more closely with their suppliers, not just the 3PLs that operate the distribution centers, but also their suppliers of the actual food ingredients, whether it be the protein or the vegetables, so they can share this much improved and more accurate forecast information with all of their suppliers so that their suppliers can be in a better prepared to react to any supply chain decisions that they make. I'd like to turn to this third case study, which is one of our clients, which is Bissell, the floor care product manufacturing company. Bissell, over the past few years, has embarked on a series of acquisitions along with a tremendous growth in the organization, and they were also faced with or impacted by a lot of the trade and tariff challenges. What they needed was a solution that would help them respond to these, trade and tariff challenges, support the growth of the company, and really provide a platform to integrate a lot of the recent acquisitions with the core operations. They were able to implement a standard set of processes in the supply chain. And so, really, what this has allowed them to do is perform supply and demand operations around the clock. They also are taking a lot advantage of the full suite of analytics and KPIs and dashboards that come with the application so that they can measure the accuracy of their forecasts. This has also allowed them to share forecast information and demand data with a lot of their contract manufacturers. And another benefit of the solution is that they can better respond to, changes in global trade and tariff challenges. And again, all of this is enabled by Oracle Supply Chain Planning Cloud, along with the Product Hub Cloud, all integrated to their existing on-prem e-business suite solution. So these are the three case studies that I wanted to share. And again, these are all based on Deloitte's experience working with our clients to help them improve their supply chain insight, collaboration, and visibility. Thanks everybody for allowing us to share some of our insights and stories. And have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the summit. Thanks.